And we are live.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. Yay! It
Yay.
is Anna Runyon, and we are here for another interview with one of our certified career coaches who is going to be graduating in October. So, welcome,
Yes.
JoAnn.
Hello,
Yay! So excited
hello.
to have you
Me
here and to
too. Me too.
celebrate you and all of your work. And we get to chat and we both have kids and it's kind of crazy in our lives, but we get to hang out together. So I'm
Yes.
excited.
Yes. It's Saturday and it's still Saturday, right? For you. I know
I
you're
think so.
okay, good. So yes,
Yeah,
very excited about today. Happy to be here. Thank you.
awesome. So why don't you tell everyone a little bit more about you, kind of where you were like in the start of your journey transitioning into becoming a coach?
Yes. So where I was pretty much lost again, which happens a lot when you go through transitions. And I think for a while. I've been in the Classy Career Girl Network for many years, and for a little while I stepped away, but I was still following you. And I was still looking at your posts and stuff. And I don't know, I started engaging a little more. And I actually was surprised because I'm like, oh, I'm not in the network anymore, but I'm still a part of the community. So I was like, that's really nice. And I saw your I guess you had like a post about the coaching program, and I started reading. I didn't know that you were offering this. You, I think, already had done it for one session, and I just was very interested. Never have I ever even thought about being a career coach. And when you offered the webinar, I decided to join in. And I remember you were like, oh, welcome back, JoAnn, because it had been a long time.
Yeah.
And, just from that webinar, you pretty much blew me away, because I was like, I've definitely been exposed to other coaching programs. Everybody has been out there promoting all types of different coaching. So it was a little overwhelming, because I know that I was looking for something else. I was looking for something different. And when I listened to your webinar, I said, oh, this is, not only is it obviously like awesome and amazing, but already being a part of this network, I already felt like I could trust you, and I knew that you knew what you were doing, and I was willing to invest in the next step in my career or my next life. So I felt like at that point I was ready to make the change. I mean, that's, for me, it's always about the universe bringing us back together. I may have stepped away for a while, but I feel like it wasn't the time yet for me, and now it was the time. And yeah, so that's kind of how I fell into the whole coaching thing. Never did I ever think I would, but you definitely changed that for me. So really
I
excited.
love it because you brought in all of your experience from your prior career as well too. So it's
Yeah.
not like you're starting from scratch, but like you had a lot of experience. Tell everyone kind of what your background is too.
Yes. So my background is basically in banking and finance. I've been in the banking corporate world for 20 years now. But I actually recently started a new job, and this all flows into what I've been doing with this program. I feel like because of that program, I kind of manifested all these opportunities, and I got a new job. Much happier, still kind of in the same industry, but I think it was definitely time for a change for me. You know that my first big change was moving down from New York to Florida. So, but that's kind of like my background has always been in finance and banking and working in corporate. And I think I'm experiencing again the whole corporate burnout thing, but that's pretty much where I'm in. I know you could relate to that.
Yes, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely can relate to the corporate burnout and just wanting more like freedom and flexibility,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
especially when you're busy, like you are as well too.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
you started, like what were some of the problems you were having when it came to starting your own coaching business and the challenges you were facing?
Well, definitely money. Money's always a challenge. I went through a lot of transitions in my life. I went through a divorce. I went through losing a parent. Now having a child that was diagnosed with autism, and all the medical expenses that I had to, endure during this whole process, and everything is just falling on top of you. And it's not like just about the money. I'm making pretty decent money, but it always seems like it's never enough. And I'm like, okay, I have money, but I don't have extra income. I don't have additional income to be able to just say, I want to go away for the weekend, or I want to take my son to Disney or whatever, and I don't want to think about it anymore. But the challenge was definitely the money. Is this worth the investment? Is this worth, the time? The time is always a big deal too. I am a full-time working woman. And I have a son who's with me most of the time. I have help, thank God, but even with help, it's still a lot. It's just so much and so overwhelming. And you do know that even though you tell me I'm not behind, and I didn't fall behind, but I did fall behind because I actually enrolled in this in October, and I was supposed to be done by now. But with your encouragement and with just the way the program is, you really don't fall behind. And luckily enough, I can't believe that I'm here where I am today, that I'm about like, oh my God, am I really going to do this? Am I really going to graduate? Anna, I swear, I really didn't think 6 months ago, I really didn't think I was going to do it.
I wasn't going to let you not graduate. I was just telling someone this before the call that, like, if I don't hear from you, you will hear from me. Like, we are like doing this together, and I'm holding you accountable too. And I think that's one of the reasons I love the program too, because there is like the community. We have such great coaches in there, but there's also, the one-on-one aspect of it as well too. And like, you're not falling behind. So we do, you do have that year to graduate. So it's not a problem if you can't finish everything.
Yeah, you do handhold.
You're busy. I do.
Thank you. Because I didn't think I needed it, but I'm like, oh my God, if she didn't do this, or she didn't like, and
I still will till graduation, because I think there's still a few weeks left, and this is where everyone kind of freaks out a little bit too.
hustling, and we're getting all nervous, like, oh my God, this is scary. Good.
Totally normal. So tell me about, like, did you doubt yourself at all when it came to like making that commitment?
Yeah, I hate that. One of my biggest challenges is the good old imposter syndrome that definitely creeps up. Even recently, you really start to doubt yourself. You have these seasons where you're like pumped, and you're like, yeah, I do. I have these seasons where I'm like, oh my God, I could do this. I could totally do this. And then you have these moments where you're like, what was I thinking? Or like, I can't do this. This is like, why do I think I can do something like this? Who am I to tell others that, hey, this is something that worked for me. I'm going to put it together so that you can use it too. And, I'll get paid for it, and it's like that you still kind of have that. And it's probably because I haven't really stepped up to the plate yet and just put it out there and said, hey, here's what I got, and this is going to how it's going to help you. And I know it's going to work for you. And this is how much it's going to be. And, I have confidence that I'm going to get paid because I'm doing something for them. It's like a service, and people are lying to you if they say it's not about the money. It is, but it isn't. Like, you need money to survive, and if you look at it that way, if you look at it as a way that I'm not being greedy, and, I'm not going to use it for something bad, I'm going to do good with it, then money's a good thing. So if you're doing something you love, even better, you're going to see how much better everything's going to get for you. And I think that that's happening to me slowly, but slow progress.
Well,
but
for you, I've seen the transformation like through the practice coaching sessions too. And you really are seeing, I do make an impact. I do help people. And I think that factors into when you are selling as well too, and the confidence. So tell us more about that journey of doing the practice sessions.
So I think that that's where I got stumped the first round, is I was really nervous about that. I did say to myself, how am I going to do this? First of all, how am I going to get 10 people to do a practice session with me? I mean, I'm like, that's crazy. I don't know who I'm going to ask or how I'm going to ask, and how am I going to do this? And you know, you don't stop and you don't realize that this program is everything is there for you. Everything is done for you. You just follow along. And I think the first few times, if I look back at my sessions, I'm like, okay, I probably could have done a little better. They're a little more following to the script. But after like I want to say like the sixth or seventh one, I can kind of like do it on my own. And it really does feel like now, like we're having a conversation. It's not like, okay, do this, do that kind of thing. And I am now down to my last two, which I can't believe. I have already booked them, and they will be done before in time, for graduation. But I can't believe it. Like sometimes, like I'm like, oh my God, I've actually done 10 practice. What? How did that even happen? But yeah, I was really nervous about talking. I'm an introvert. I feel very nervous. I feel nervous in front of the camera. I'm always like, okay, how do I look? And so it's very.
Me too, by the way.
Very nerve-wracking. Can't even tell. You can't even tell. I always say Anna has great hair because she always has great hair when she's on camera. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, it's hot, it's humid, it's Miami, you know. But yeah, it's definitely. I definitely feel like. I feel a little more I definitely feel more confidence. I'm a little nervous about the sales call thing, but I think definitely because we have the practice background under our belt, it's going to help us with the sales call. I think the sales calls are going to go much smoother, especially after the first couple of times. So yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I'm excited. That really is like, it's kind of like the takeoff point of finishing that 10th one, and then you're like, I'm done with those 3 sessions. I know I can help people, and you just feel that confidence of the sales call.
Yeah.
It's just it's such an easy transition of selling, because you know you can help people, and you know that their lives are going to be better because you're going to get them the results that they really want. So, and you do have the systems all available for you, and the offer all available for you to sell too. So so the thing I know about you is you actually use our systems to find a job yourself, which is why I think this is such a perfect combination of you're now going to sell the system that worked for you as well too. So tell us about like kind of that.
Yeah. So again, the universe must have brought us together somehow. I found Classy Career Girl and I signed up right away. I went through the Love Your Career formula. And when I tell you I went through it, I went through step by step. I didn't try to jump ahead. And I think I do still have all of the printouts of everything which is helpful because my specialization is going to be in job searching. So I think it was really helpful to look back, and using that experience, I'm going to be able to tell clients, hey, I went through it. So I know what you're going through. And I know that this works. This really does work because I can remember going through the job searching. It was a long process, but I kept moving, I kept going, and I kept following, what I've learned in the program. And that's why I say, look, this is why when the coaching thing came up, I said, this is not a what do you call it? Like, you don't have to think too much about it because I already worked with Anna. I know the programs. I know the whole Classy Career Girl background. You're a trusted person because there's so many things out there and coaching programs and people that you don't know really, and you don't know if they're legit. And, before you invest in yourself, I think trust is really important. So I've already built that, with you because I've been in the whole Classy Career Girl, and I went through one of the programs that I'm now going to teach or coach others on. So yeah, that really makes it makes it like work even better,
Yeah.
makes it a better transition for me into the coaching field.
Yeah, it's such a win-win. And for everyone else too, it's just, as a coach, you're just the few steps ahead of your clients as well too. You don't have to be an expert and know everything and you know, have all this authority. You just walk the path, just like JoAnn. You know, you walk the path. You know the steps ahead. You're still going through transition and you know figuring things out too, but you have taken action in the past that you're now going to help your clients with, which I think is
exactly.
So where do you think you would be if you hadn't joined back a year ago?
Oh Lord, has it been a year? Wow, it is going to be a year. Well, I want to say that I probably would still be, first of all, in my current situation, in my current job, still miserable or whatever, or, you know, trying to figure out what to do, not finding that path. I think eventually I probably would have gotten to it, but it would have taken so much time, and you know, I probably would have spent resources that I wouldn't have had to had I not kind of stumbled onto this. So I absolutely believe that it came at the right time. And even though I didn't do it within the estimated time frame, the 6 months that you should, I think it still worked out the way it's supposed to, because I do feel that I'm more committed where I am now in this point than I would have been a few months, you know, 6 months ago or a year ago. So yeah, I definitely don't think I'd be here if I didn't jump in all in. And I'm telling you, when I jumped, you jump in, you really do. You're like, okay, you're either going to go for it or not go for it at all. So yeah.
So what wins have you had? And part of it, one of your wins too is learning how to coach yourself as well. Like when you learn how to coach other people, you kind of learn how to coach yourself. And that's why you got that new job as well too, because you kind of learn, you know, how to make that happen yourself too, which I love. But tell us about some other wins that you've had as you've gone through this.
So some other wins, I definitely, in talking about the coaching yourself, because I didn't know either. I think in not only my practice sessions, but I also got to be coached by some of the other team members. And I think that when I did that, it was almost like I'm getting coached on what I'm struggling with at the moment. And I think because of those coaching calls, I was able to get to this point where I am now in my in the coaching program, where I'm there. I'm ready to graduate. Let's do this. And like I said, I do believe in the whole manifestation thing. I will say that I've had other opportunities just come to me. This new job, obviously. I want to say like 6 months ago, Anna, I was not thinking of looking for a new job. I wasn't thinking about getting a new job or anything. This opportunity just came, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go for it, you know, because it's a great opportunity. It's a great way to grow. So I do believe that was a big win. Another win is I also have kind of like a I may be doing a collaboration with a friend who's a friend who's also like a coach for me. She's like my financial coach, and she has her own membership and everything as well. And she's looking to add people to her team to also be coaches. And of course, she thought about me because she says she knows about, I actually coached her. She's one of my practice coaching sessions. So she knows about that I'm doing this program. And she says, I think you'd be amazing, especially since you're about to be certified and blah, blah, blah. So I do feel like that's a win, because I've never had opportunities just come to me, you know, in this way. And another thing too was, which I didn't really talk about yet, but I was kind of like I was featured like in the local Miami magazine. It's called Voyage MIA, and they do stories on local, you know, people here in Florida. And it was just like an article. It wasn't like an interview. Like basically they just ask you a bunch of questions on your, on your career and what you've been doing. And I got the interview posted on their website and everything. And I talked about the career coaching thing and everything. So I feel like things like that are just happening, and they're just going to keep on happening as I move forward. So definitely win on that, as far as, since I've been doing the coaching program. So yes,
they do. Like, as you take the imperfect action, you keep moving forward. The same thing happens to me too. It's like you keep putting yourself out there every day. You keep staying positive and putting yourself in those uncomfortable situations, and then other things come to you.
Yeah.
That for sure happened to me as well too. Yeah. And then the other thing I've noticed about you that you're not saying as well is that you're doing a lot of more social media now.
Yeah.
I feel like you're way more confident on your social media posts, and have I seen some live too?
Yeah. Here and there. I also have a podcast, which, so I am trying to do more on that too. It's something in the works. It's not a win-win thing, but it's definitely, I think that because I have that platform, it's going to help with the coaching program as well. I'm still trying to figure out how to mesh them together, because it's kind of like a different, not really, it's about, me helping moms, but it's like, I think I can kind of use that platform to help me kind of catapult the coaching program also. And so I'm doing a lot more lives on Instagram. Instagram is like the main platform that I use. But yeah, it's definitely, it hasn't been easy to put myself out there, but if one person sees it, then that's good enough for me. I'm okay with that.
Exactly. Exactly. Because you're helping that one person.
Yep. 1% a day, right? You help one person a day.
1 person a day. So tell everyone where they can find you and learn more about you.
Yes. So definitely on Instagram. I'm under, it's a bunch of underscores because apparently I couldn't just put, my podcast is called Moms Need Moms, and you can find it on any platform that you listen to, Apple, Spotify, all the important ones, iHeartRadio. But if you look me up on Instagram, it's _moms _need _moms _ so it's like a bunch of underscores. It's the only way I was able to do it, but that's my main platform. You can find the link to my podcast, and follow me along and follow my adventures of being a mom with my son. I do post about him a lot too. He just turned 5, so yeah, we've been busy.
Love that. I didn't realize we just turned, we have our kids are really close in age. My daughter just turned 5 too. So.
Oh, she did. That's great. Yeah, he just turned 5 like 3 days ago. So he's now, that's it. I'm like, what? He's a big boy. I can't. Too fast.
So cute. Yeah. So tell me what you would tell someone, like your final words of wisdom to someone who's listening, kind of feeling like you were stuck in that position, thinking of maybe being a coach, but feeling like that doubt and fear. Like, what would you tell that person?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't do something about it, nothing's going to happen. Right. So you may have this feeling inside you. I think we don't listen to our inner voice or gut too often. There's a lot noise and background and stuff going on, and you don't listen and focus on, internally what you're feeling. So if you feel like this is a good thing and this is something that's worth it, then I would say now is the time, because I think if you wait, it's just not going to happen. And that's what happened to me, because I was at that point where, oh, man, and I'm I have trouble sometimes making decisions, because I'm like, I balance a lot and I overthink everything and overanalyze it. If you've done all your thinking and you're researching and you're meditating and you're praying and you still feel like this is a good deal, really what's stopping you? there's always a way. So just do it now, do it for yourself, because there's no better time. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen in a few hours. So take the opportunity and do it. And somebody I don't know that I listened to, somebody said on Instagram, like, look, take the job, pay the money and go back to school, if it doesn't work out, you go back and do something else, or you go back to what you were doing. We overthink things so much, and we think, oh my God, if I do this and it doesn't work, then what? I'm like, well, then, you got bills to pay, you go back and do what you were doing, but at least you try. So, I always, and I try to teach that to my son too, especially kids when they don't want to, they right away, they're like, oh no, I don't like something. Did you try it? Did you try it first? Can you at least try it once? And then if you really don't like it, okay, fine, you're good. Then you don't like it, but at least you tried. Don't just, throw in the towel without even trying. So
what if it does work? That's what I always try to tell my
kids. What if it does work? I know.
What if it doesn't? But what if it does?
We think so much about the what if it doesn't, but then we don't think about, but what if it does? Focus on that. Think of how your life will change if it does work out. So focus on that maybe.
And that puts you, and you can tell you've done this work too of getting into that mindset, because that's the type of mindset you need to be for your clients as a coach too, right? Because
exactly.
if you go into coaching and you don't even believe in yourself that you can help them, they're gonna see that.
They're gonna see it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And that's why we talk about mindset in module 1, right?
Yeah.
Right. And I think actually in orientation, I have it in orientation because
it's great.
So important.
I love it.
Right?
I love all that.
And all the way through too, every call is like, let's talk about mindset again.
And you get some of that on the practice coaching too, because you're doing it. And then if you help someone else out and do a practice coaching, they're, I always tell them, I need help. I need mindset. I need, so it's good. It's very good work to do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We do a lot of that.
A lot of the client challenges you'll see when you do start coaching are mindset related.
Yeah.
As you see. So once you're able to coach yourself through that and you're kind of able to see those mindset challenges like in yourself, then you're going to be in a better spot to coach.
Yeah. I feel too, Anna, the last 2 coaching sessions that I booked, one of them is someone that a friend of mine, and she just wants, I think she just wants to be heard. I think she just wants to chat, and says, whatever you can offer me, I'll some people really just need that, they just need that support. So it's really nice to be able to do that. Yeah. I didn't think that I could be that for someone, so.
Yeah. We could talk about why we love coaching today but that's part of it too, is sometimes we feel like we need to have these dramatic coaching sessions and change your life in 30 minutes. And, this person that you talked to just needed someone to listen, and you did that, or you're going to do that. I don't know if it's called that, that's it, and so, and it's not, we don't have to overthink it. Like you were saying, we just help people.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And it's a constant, you're there for them constantly. I think that's the important thing, is that they know every week or whatever, here's JoAnn. She's going to be here to cheer me on.
She's there for you.
I hope.
I love it. Well, this is just the beginning for JoAnn. You'll be seeing more of her.
Yes.
And we told everyone where to find you. So thank you so much, JoAnn, for your time today. And I can't wait to you graduate and you launch into the world and your next path too. I'm excited for you.
Me too. Thank you.
Job.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
And also, if anyone else is interested in our career coach certification program, we do have doors open for our next cohort starting next month. So you can
do it.
www.classiccareergirl.com/certification to learn more and apply for that. So thank you. Yes, do it. Come join us. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.